All right, welcome, PICK-3 at a glance family and first-time viewers. Okay, let me see what light I got on. That's too much. This one light is blocking something. Let's see, it's this one. Yeah, but that might be too dark. Let me see. Let me see here. Let's see what we're doing here. Look like I fit okay on here though. All right. Welcome everyone. How's everyone doing today? Okay. Now what we have here, this is PICK-3 at a glance. Welcome to PICK-3 at a glance family and first time viewers. What I'm doing here is, okay, let me put on another light here, see what we got. Make sure everything is lighted up. Okay, I think that might help there. I'm hoping it does. Yeah, it should. Okay. Now, welcome to PICK-3 at a glance family and first time viewers. At the home of PICK-3 at a glance, with a home of no tic-tac-toe, no date sums, no root sums, no grids, no flips, and no multiple different rundowns and workouts that you have to learn and study. PICK-3 at a glance is based off tracking all 1,000 numbers. That's why I say tracking is key. All right? I took 22 numbers, did the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers out of the 1,000 numbers. And with those 22 numbers, I had 22 columns, and I have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. So you can actually track what numbers and what the numbers are doing in your state. No guessing what the numbers are doing. You will always know what the numbers are doing with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. You won't be needing the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the root sums, the grids, the flips, and the multiple different rundowns and workouts because they're secondary to the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. They're secondary to the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, okay? Reason being, with the workout and strategy that I have, they're primary, where you'll be tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, the front pairs, the back pairs, single pair and single digits, all at a glance. So you won't have to be doing all those rundowns, tic-tac-toes, flipping mirrors, and finding numbers after the number then came, and none of that. Okay? So what we have here, this is going to be a tutorial. So I won't be probably adding into the chat until at the end of the tutorial that I'm putting up. And it's going to be on strategy number 4. It's a simple strategy, but it's powerful. All you're going to be doing is tracking the front pair and the back pair of every winning number that comes in. And it's going to be for the year. But as you're tracking throughout the year, you'll see a whole lot that you wouldn't see with the date sums, the grids, and all the other strategies, because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers in your state. And I'm going to use last month's April strategy, okay? And last month, April strategy, I'm going to do each day, day by day. So if you've been around a while with me, then you're probably familiar with it. And if not, it'll take a little time, but it's going to be well worth your while. You'll be glad you did, that you learned this strategy. Okay? And my saying now is OPPB. Be organized. PICK-3 at a glance will make sure that you're organized. Be patient. It will help you to have patience. Be persistent. It will help you be persistent. And stick with a budget. These numbers not going anywhere. Okay? Learn the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. Learn how to track the numbers for your state. Play responsibly. Okay? And tracking is king. Tracking is the key. That's how I got into the winner circle. Okay? Now, like I said, I'm going to start with April. All right. And I'm going to put the strategy number 4 up so everyone can see it. All right. This is strategy number 4. Make sure I got it up right. Yeah. That I came up. I designed all these strategies myself. I didn't get them out of no book or anywhere. I put it up after losing so much that I had to come up with my own strategy that I thought would work, and it does work. It works if you work it. Now, all right. So give me a minute here. It's been a while since I've tried to had to hold the phone and work and make a video. But you know, patience is key. Patience is the key. So what I'm going to do is take the phone up from here now, and this is strategy number 4. Now you can't play front pair and back pair in some states, but it's imperative that you do track them so you know what's going on with the front pair and back pair in your state. Okay? The front pair and back pair number in your state. And like I said, I'm going to do a whole month of April so you can get the gist of how to use this simple strategy that is very powerful. All right? Okay. Let me see something here. Let me take that off. Looks like I had some work that I had did prior on here that I don't want to confuse anybody too much. Take that off. Okay, bear with me a little bit too, because I had eye surgery, and it's kind of a little hard for me to see, but I think I can manage it. Just erase these off. That's circled already where I was doing another video. So what we're going to do here now, and this is a powerful strategy, even if you can't play front pair and back pair, you always want to know where your front pairs and back pairs are when you're tracking and getting ready to set up to play your numbers. All right, and I'm going to show you. And then at the end, I'll show you how I use this effective strategy and powerful strategy. Okay. Move this out the way, this tripod. Now, I don't know if you can see this, yeah. Can you see it? Can you? Okay, this is April of last month. And these are all the winning numbers that fail. And I'm going to show you how to use strategy number 4. Okay, now strategy number 4 is a yearly strategy, a yearly sheet that you'll be tracking for the whole year, but you'll be seeing what's going on with the numbers in your state for the whole year. So when you get ready to play, you got a whole idea of what's going on with the numbers in your state, and you can build a strategy and a skill set to win it. So the first number is of the month of April, Illinois. This Illinois evening draw now. It's 881, and on this sheet here, you're gonna mark off the front and the back. And the way you're gonna do that, let's see here. Okay, right here where it says front pairs and back pairs. Okay, and these numbers top and bottom are the same. So 881 come in, so that's a double. So you're gonna mark off, okay, you're gonna mark off the 88 and the top and the 81 on the back. That's the front, and the 81 on the back. So you know that the front and back pair has failed of the 881. Next number, 903. See that? You're going to mark off, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep saying that backwards. I got a little dyslexia going on. 309. You're going to mark off the 30 on the front 30 on the front, and the 09 on the back. See how easy this is? But it's powerful. The 09 on the back. See that? Then the next one is 512. 51 on the front. 51 on the front. And 12 on the back, which is the 12. Okay. Next one, 992. So you're going to do the 99 on the front, on the top here, which is the front, and then the 92 on the back. Let's see. 92 on the back, right here. You see that? Now you're going to do the 871 on the fifth. You're going to do the 87 on the top, which is the front. And the 71 on the back, which is the bottom. See how simple this is and how it'll come to start building a pattern working with the law average. Then the next one, 285. That's what it is, 285, Illinois evening draw. 285. You're going to do the 28 on the top, which is the front half of the number. And the 85 on the back, bottom, which is the back side of the number. See how easy that is? Next number, 107. That one on top. The 07 on the back with the bottom. This is powerful. Next one is 916 on the 8th. You're going to do the 91 on the top, which is the front part of the number, the 16 on the bottom. See that? Simple but powerful. 416. See that? You're going to do the 41 on the top, which is the front part of the number. And the 16 on the bottom, which is the back part of the number. And you can see that it came twice already. Okay, can you see that? Yeah, you see it came twice. I don't have to keep marking it off. You just want to know that the number failed, okay? Then the next number, and hit the 566 on the 10th. The 56 is on the top, which is the front part of the number. And the 66 on the bottom, which is the bottom part of the number. I mean the back part of the number, front and back pair. 411. You're going to do the 41 on the top, which is the front part of the number. You see that it failed already. So you know you won't have to keep checking it off unless you just want to. And the 11 on the bottom, which is the back part of the number. Where is it at? 11. Yep, the 11. Okay. 12, you're going to do 931, which is the front part. The 93 is the front part of the number. You mark it off. 3-1 is going to be the bottom part of the number. Oh, 931. Let me see. Let me get lined up here. There it is right there. Okay. Next number, 909. 90 is going to be the front part of the number. 90 here. Okay. And 09 is going to be the back part of the number. I mean, 09 is going to be the back part of the number. See, and it fell already on the back. Then you're going to do 765. Where is it at? 765. 76, the front part. You're going to come over and find the 76. Mark it off. And the 65 on the bottom, which is the back part of the number. 65. Then you're going to do the 164. See that 164. So your 16 is going to be the front part, which is on top. And the 64 on the back. Right there. Okay, the next number is 265 with the 26 on the top, on front. And 65 on the back, on the bottom. Which it already hit, all right? Okay. 523. 52 on the front, on the top. Excuse me. And 23 on the bottom. Okay. Then 25 on the front. I mean on the next 250. Okay. 25 on the top, the 25 on the top, which is the front of the number. And 50 on the back, which is the bottom, it's the back part of the number, right here. Okay. 699. On the 18th, 699. 69 is the front part of the number. On top. And 99 is going to be the back part of the number, which you'll mark off. Then we have 595, 595. Well on it. Okay. 59, the top part of the number, the front part, mark that off. And then 95 on the back. Okay. Next number. 161 on the 21st. It looked like 161 on the 21st. Yeah. You're going to have 16 on the front, which is top. See, it came already, once already. Okay. And 61 on the back. See, that's the first time the 6-1 hit. See how you can see what's going on with the actual numbers? You're not guessing all at a glance, all in one sheet of paper. If you make this, then there's 494, 49 on the front. And 94 on the back. That you can glance everything, 94 on the back. Next number, 800, 800. It's going to have the 80 on the front. And the double zeros on the back. Then that 309 came again. You see that? 309 again. So you know it's going to already be marked off because you did the 30 on the front and the 09 on the back. So you know that's already marked off. See how you can build a strategy? You know what's going on with the numbers. You're not guessing what's going on with the numbers. You know what's going on with them. That you won't see with those tic-tac-toes and all the other different methods that everybody have a different strategy of using. There's only one way to do this, is to track the actual 1,000 numbers. The 822, you see the 82. Okay, you mark that off on the front, and the 22 on the back. See that? Two on the back. You'll mark it off, yeah. Where am I? I'm up too high. 2 on the back down there. Okay. Now, 394. 39 on the top, which is the front part of the number. And the 94 on the back. And you can see that's that 94 hit already, okay? See how this builds a picture for you? It's just like a puzzle, putting it together. As the pieces fall, you're marking them off. And you got on the 27th, you got the 707. 707. You got the 70 on the front. And these numbers for your state while you tracking them. 707. 70 on the front, 07 on the back. And you can see that's the second time that the 07 didn't hit. Well, with April, okay? Then 711. All right. 71 on the front. Where are we at? 71. Mark it off. And 11 on the back. You can see that 11 on the back didn't fail already. Okay. 315. 315. The 31 on the front. Okay, mark that off. And 15 on the back. You can see that's 15, first time it hit, okay? See how the law average catches up with itself? The only thing you got to do is track it and see what the law average is doing, is how the numbers are working, actual working, not guessing. See the 598, 59 on the front. You see it already came and already hit. and the 9-8 on the back. Let's see if the 9-8 hit on the back. Nope, that's the first time. See, you can build a strategy and a skill set. Okay, now, because you know what the actual numbers are doing, and they build a picture for you all year long. Hold on a minute. All year long. You're not guessing what's going on with that front pair and back pair numbers. And you know what numbers ain't hit. So when you get ready to play, you want to look at the numbers that ain't hit yet to build you a bucket list of how you're going to play the numbers. And it's imperative that you know which front pairs and back pairs ain't failed to get in the winner circle. That's how I get in the winner circle. I know what's going on with all the numbers. Oh, are they? Take your time. The numbers ain't going nowhere. Wait for them to line up for you. I think you got a lot of that going on, Hushner. I think it's even happening in Illinois, but I'll wait them out. Keep tracking. Like I say, these numbers ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. They got to line up with law average. Just and cut back on your bag. You don't have to just go back on your bag. That's all. They ain't going nowhere. But they got to fall with the law average. And they'll line up where you bank them. Okay. Now, unless they start using that AI on us, then it's over. That's all I can say. So any numbers, as you marking throughout the year, you know it's left. Let's say, let me get one here. Let's say at the end of the year, or as you get toward the end of the year, or so while you're tracking, or however, once you start tracking and using the strategy, you see that this 4-0 didn't play, didn't hit it all for the year, and this 0-1 don't hit it all for the year. Your number you would look at playing is 401 straight. See, that's why this is to set you up to hit them straight. Because if the 4-0 didn't fall on the front and the 0-1 didn't fall on the back, then what else I look for is if the 401 didn't fall at all for the whole year, that's definitely going to be my number that I add to my bucket list going into 2026. Because all these numbers will carry over that don't hit. All the numbers that don't hit will carry over to the next year because it takes for those 1,000 numbers, it takes 3 to 4 years for everything to hit and line up, depending where you start at. So if you start at the beginning of this year, the next year, don't try to start all over again. Start playing the numbers that didn't hit the previous year because the law average will catch up. That's what I did when I first put this sheet together. I had no idea how I was going to use it, but I knew I had to do something. The first year I did this, the second year, I started all over from scratch. I erased everything. And then, as the year went into the next year, I started realizing the numbers that was falling was the numbers that hadn't hit it all on here. Not the numbers that had already hit. That's when I started getting in the winner circle better. Not the numbers that already hit, it was the numbers that hadn't played. So that's why I look for the numbers in their opposites that hadn't played. Because if this 401 hadn't played, I also look on strategy number 1 to see if it's opposite, which would be 956, hadn't played. If those two numbers hadn't played, that's my money makers right there. The number and its opposite. You can look at strategy number 1, my first video, strategy number 1, and I'll explain it to you. If you don't know what they call them, mirrors and sister numbers, you've probably seen this graph before. And you'll see it on all my videos. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Excuse this chicken stretch. I'm trying not to block everything. But look, they call them sister and mirror numbers. Some people believe in mirrors. Some people call a mirror a sister. They call a flip. They call everything on this channel, on these YouTube channels, what they want to call them, I guess. But the logical way to look at it, that I look at it, is that, my eyes, is that I call them opposite. 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. Keeping it simple. All right? So what I'm saying, okay, if you know that opposite, if you play the 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played the 5, 6, 7, they just played the opposite number you played, or vice versa. If you played the 5, 6, 7, and the lottery played the 0, 1, 2, they just played the opposite number. If you played 7, 8, 9, and the lottery played 2, 3, 4, they just played the exact opposite number of those 1,000 numbers, because the 0, 1, 2, the opposite of it is the 5, 6, 7. The 5, 6, 7, that's the actual opposite number of the 1,000 numbers, or vice versa. The 0, 1, 2 is the opposite of the 5, 6, 7. That's why I don't use that mirror and sister stuff, because it's too confusing. It's just like taking this 1,000 numbers and dividing them in half. The top half of the 1,000 numbers would be the triple zeros to the 499, and the bottom half would be the 500 to 999. That's simple to understand. But when you start saying sister, number, and opposite, then they'll take individual numbers and flip and mirror them, and that's just too confusing. This here, the actual numbers are what they are. Okay? And their opposite number is right here. That's why it's important that you track them off and see what they're doing. For example, I'm going to use a double here. You know the opposite of this 2, 2 would be 7, 7. So if you see 2, 2 and 7, 7 ain't failed, you know 2, 2 and 7, 7 would be your numbers to look at playing. If you say, if I see a double 2 ain't played here on the top, and a double 2 ain't played on the bottom, double 2 ain't played on the bottom, then triple 2 is going to be my triple if I decide to play them. And if I find out the 7, 7 didn't hit all year for the top, and the 7, 7 didn't hit for the bottom all year, the 7, 7, then I'm going to make sure I'm playing triple 7s and triple 2s. You'll be able to build a strategy for your estate. You'll be able to build a strategy for your estate. When you start playing with these numbers, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you study my channel. Now, this is using my simple strategy, and you can go on my channel. I post what I win. I don't post everything I win, because it would be too hard for me to do that. For a simple fact, I might see something that I don't have chance enough to post. But for sure, I've showed you that I won this 881 with my strategy. I won this 250, hit them with the 250 with my strategy. Where's my hand at? Where's 250 at? Come on. Oh, yeah, the 250. All right. And the 595. And that all come from tracking. I knew why I was playing those numbers. I wasn't guessing. I wasn't doing a tic-tac-toe or date sum. Hold on a minute. A date sum, a grid, all that to try to figure it out. I knew that the 5-5s hadn't failed in what they did. Just like you would, once you start tracking, you'll see what they're doing with your estate. Just like I knew the front and back pair here, right here. I knew that the 8-8 in Illinois here last year, the 8-8 here did not fall at all on the front for for 2024. Did not fall at all. And on the back, the A8 only fell in January once, and it came to A8. So for the whole year, after tracking, all I got to do is glance over the whole year's worth of numbers and see what numbers I played. And I played the double eights in November and December. And they all came in, the numbers I played. That's how I hit the A81. Even up in April, and I hit many of them before that. But this lets you know, actually, whatever's missing, you just fill in the places and use those numbers. And triple eights did not come out. I was looking for the triple eights, but I had a good idea they wasn't gonna come out, but I still knew the front pair and the back pair of those double eights had to fall out. But the triple eights I was figuring wasn't gonna come out because law average last year evening draw, they played 4 triples. They played the 5, 6, 7s and the double eights. I mean, not the eights, 5, 6, 7 and the 9s. So you know what's going on with these numbers. You don't be guessing. Everything else other than that is a guess. All the other systems are guessing the numbers. You know the numbers with this. Okay, anybody got any questions? Thank you, Hanana. Yes. You want down 1,000K? Well, you'll get back up if you use it again. Was my body count? Okay, go ahead, Hushna. What's your question? Can you get my face? Wait a minute. Can you get my face reveal? My face all over the place on my channel. My face all go to my channel, bro. I got 3 years of faces on this channel. But I mean, if you're here to play, I'll play along with your game. But everybody else, you know, I guess they get paid for this mess that they do. I know they get paid for it, or they wouldn't be here to entertain us. But my goal here is to get everybody in the winner circle. Yeah. I spend it well, believe me. But yeah, 6 ways, 3 digits come, individual numbers, yeah, they come, you got your singles come 6 different ways, you got the doubles can only come 3 ways, and your triples only can come 1 way, yeah. But you know, the singles, you got a better chance of hitting them, and then you got your doubles, you have a least chance, and your triples even less than that. I usually don't really mess with triples until the end of the year. 3 or 4 ways. Oh yes, I've caught many of most of my numbers I hit are singles. I don't know. Whichever one I have, I would love them. Whoever you are, I would love them. I don't care what they are. I let God figure the rest out, but I'm gonna love them and take care of them the best I can. I don't care what they are. I let God take care of the rest of it. You got any other? Oh, good. You can play front pair. Front pair and back pair is good to play because if I play front pair and back pair, uh, I put $1 on the front and the back if I know which front and back haven't came. And are you familiar with willing the numbers? How to will them down from, let's see. I definitely play front pair and back pair a lot. And using this here, when I know that toward November, December, a back pair or front pair ain't played, I load up on that front pair and back pair pretty much. But you still have to be careful because a front pair and back pair can go into next year and not hit for 3 months or 4 months. See what I'm saying? But play responsibly, like I say. But normally, if I find a front pair and back pair ain't played, I load up on that front pair and back pair toward the end of the year. If depending on what my budget allows. But you'll see that if you're tracking, once you start tracking. Yeah. And I usually hit all the front pair and back pair when I play those. But like I said, it can take even after 1 year, it can take 3 more months before it hit. Okay, 49. Okay. Okay. Like I said, play responsibly. Okay, 496. All right. And usually when I do like a 496 Hushner, I'll go back to see when the last back pair number fell on that. Did the nine not come out in 8 months, or the 90 ain't came out in about 10 months? I'll go back and see the last time the back number on it fell. Like that 96. When the last time that fell on the back? You know what I'm saying? And I might play it. Say that I know that the 491 ain't played. All right, congratulations. All right, family, I'm gonna have to call it quits. I got a meeting to go to, so I appreciate everybody. And like I always say, play them till they come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. If you're tracking, you'll soon be packing. Your lucky time. Thank you. Thank you, Hudson.